A very good morning and welcome to The Nation. And we're here on a Monday morning and you're with me, Tamina Kausji, in the Banama Studios. And we have with us today Alfred George Pillay, who's actually a professional entertainer, and he's going to be telling us all about what it's really like to be in this line of work. Welcome to the studio, Alfred.
Hi, thanks. Great to be here.
All right. Thank you so much for coming all the way here
no
to be with
problem
us. All right. Okay, so before we get started with, talking about your experiences as an entertainer, let's just cut to a short clip about you in your element.
Okay.
What do you say?
Yeah, thanks.
Okay, all right. So just have a look at this one.
Gonna make a change for once in my life. It's gonna be real good. Gonna make a difference. Gonna make it right. I don't know why, but I feel pain down there all the time.
All right. Wow. Okay, so tell us a little bit about where that was and.
I normally sometimes I host weddings and
Right.
And in normal weddings people don't expect some entertainment.
Yes, that's right. It's very standard, formal. Hello,
Right.
welcome to the.
Exactly.
Yes.
Very standard. So it's a chance for me to just showcase a little bit of things that I enjoy doing and make the audience happy at the end of the day.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. So Alfred is not only a professional entertainer, but he's actually a singer, a guitarist, MC, VO talent. You're an actor as well as a stand-up comedian. So that's a really, really full repertoire, I would say.
Yeah, but acting, no, I've not really done much acting actually. Maybe
right.
a little bit, small little parts here and there. Yeah.
Right, okay. Now, before we get started, let's talk a little bit about your professional background. What has this been something you've been doing ever since you started off working, or were you doing something else before?
Actually, when I left school, I wanted to pursue this entertainment career.
Right.
But
You were born and raised in.
I was born and raised in Johor Bahru.
In Johor Bahru,
Yeah,
JB.
Johor Bahru,
Okay,
JB.
all right.
I was in St. Joseph School.
Okay, JB
So for
boy.
the guys out there,
All right. Hello out there.
hello out there, yeah. So I was born and raised in Johor Bahru, and
Right.
I was into a little bit of music in the church and everything.
I see,
So
okay.
I was thinking I wanted to pursue it, and be a singer or something.
Right.
But the dad, my dad, a little bit old-fashioned, so he said, "No, you got to do a proper job, and you got to get something which
Yeah,
is
you gotta
iron
have your
rice bowl, career
Okay.
and stuff like that."
Right.
So my dad actually wanted to be a police officer when he was young.
I see.
My mom told
Okay.
me that he wanted to be. So then the opportunity came for me. There was recruitment in Singapore.
I see. All right.
I applied for Malaysian police, not successful.
Right.
So I applied for Singapore police. I got the job there.
Okay. All right. Wonderful.
And 1984, I moved to Singapore
Right. Okay.
and joined the police force there.
Okay, so now that's a very interesting trajectory to take. Now tell us, how did you come back to one of your original passions, performing? How did from the police line, how did it lead back to the entertainment field?
Well, when I was in the police force, many of the events that they had, I sort of performed and hosted.
Right.
I sang, and I had a chance to represent Singapore at the Edinburgh Military Festival in Scotland.
Right.
And
okay.
the whole police band went up there, and I did quite a few events overseas for the presidents in
see.
Istana in Singapore. And from there, I realized that I was doing quite a lot of events.
Yes, of course.
So why not do this as a retirement plan?
All right. So it was an aha kind of moment.
Yeah, but it's always something that I always wanted, and I feel that if you have a chance to dream about something, don't let age or anything hold you back,
Yes, very true. I
yeah.
think most people think, for example, let's say if you've got a passion for the performing arts,
Exactly.
especially, I don't have the training, or So how about yourself, Alfred? You said that you had some exposure earlier on to church music and etc. How did you prepare for your career in entertainment? Did you go for classes? Did you go for vocal lessons and etc.?
Not really. Actually, it just came naturally to me.
Right, okay.
It was just something natural that I enjoyed doing. I had a bunch of friends, and we had a small band going, and I picked up things that we used to talk about as kids, And this
Right.
thing sort of helped me with my performances when I'm doing them on stage, whether it's comical or singing or anything. Things just came naturally to me.
Right, okay. So it was
Yeah.
all a matter of practice, really.
Yeah, exactly, yeah.
Okay, right. So how long have you been been in the entertainment light exclusively?
Exclusively I would say all this time that I've been in the police force, this 30 years, I've
Right.
been doing entertainment all the time.
All right, okay.
Yeah.
So it's been something that's been a nice little middle ground of both.
Exactly, I had the best
Right.
of both worlds.
Okay, all right. Now
Yeah.
let's just check out another one of your clips
Okay.
before we move along.
Right.
All right. Oh wow! So it's like you haven't only been doing live entertainment, but that is some live TV performances.
Yeah, it's all, most of them were singing competitions.
Right, I see.
Yeah.
Okay.
So whenever there was a singing competition in Singapore, I would just try. You know, it didn't
Yeah.
matter what position I got, but I would just try for every competition.
Right.
Yeah, just for the experience.
Yeah, of course, because every new
Yeah.
experience is an opportunity that opens up doors.
Correct. Yeah.
Right, right. Okay, very interesting. Now, tell me a little bit about, so how do you, let's say you've got an event to MC, how do you go about finding materials for, let's say, your comic act or even for your live singing act? What do you do typically?
If I'm doing something, sometimes I go to YouTube and watch others. I mean, it's good to learn from other people because
Yes, true.
There's a lot of other people who've got ideas and improvise from what you see, and then materials from newspapers, from magazines, or whatever. Just do a little bit of research. And there's a lot of things that your friends send you all the time on the telephone.
Ah, that's true.
Jokes and
That's
stuff
true.
like that, right?
Exactly.
Pick them up, and put them for your show.
Oh, all
Yeah.
right, all right. So basically, it's a whole lot of just being quite aware about what's going on around you.
Yes, correct, exactly,
Right.
yeah.
Who are some of your favorite comedians, for example?
Oh, I like people like Eddie Murphy, Robin Williams. They're all very good stand-up. Russell Peters is very good. I
Right.
love him. Oh, he's
Okay.
awesome.
Oh, wow. All right. So we're actually playing a couple of slides, some pictures over there. So if you could tell us a little bit about each one of them.
That's my family.
All right, okay.
My brother, my sister, my mom. We were in Johor Bahru then.
Oh, right, right.
Yeah.
Okay, from your younger days.
Younger days, yeah. We had a lot of influence from the church actually.
Right, of course.
So band, church choir.
Of course, it gives you that early confidence, when you go on stage and you perform.
Right.
Right. Yeah, okay. How about this one? Could you tell us a little
This
bit
one
about
is
these pictures?
together with President S.R. Nathan.
Right.
I did some events for him at the Istana.
I see. All
And
right.
I think his wife and him used to live in Johor Bahru before.
Right. That must have been quite the experience
Really
performing
quite
in the
experience.
presidential
Yeah,
palace.
It
Right.
was very good, yeah. And they were so down to earth people. They made
Right.
me feel so comfortable.
Right.
And it was so fun performing. And they made requests for me to do some Elvis, some this and that. Wow, so it was
Alright,
really good. I
okay.
really enjoyed myself.
Ah,
as the
okay.
president, yeah.
Can I make a request of you to do maybe like a little impromptu?
We could do something.
Okay. All right,
well,
let's see.
Anyway, but
So from what I know, you're an expert at actually impersonating Elvis Presley, Louis Armstrong.
I'm not that fantastic, but I try to do my best.
All right, we've even got Michael Jackson, the Bee Gees,
Oh, God.
Amitabh Bachchan even, I'm told.
Amitabh Bachchan, oh yeah. I love the
Alright.
Hindi movies and
Right,
Tamil
right.
stars and stuff. Okay, I'm going to do something here
Okay.
that may not sound just right because especially in the early morning, we're not warmed up yet.
Okay, all right.
But we'll try.
Okay, let's give it a go.
Let's-
So what is this? It's actually a
This is a
medley.
Elvis Presley song. I've
Right.
got like 2-3 voices in there, like Elvis voice.
Okay.
Wise men say all the fools rush in. Then I changed to Willie Nelson, like
Okay.
for I can
Wow.
help falling in love with you. If I do a Louis Armstrong, I would probably do
Oh yeah.
like the river flows or something like that. So now I'm lost in the second verse now actually. Okay, if you do a Louis Armstrong, it'll be like
Yeah, take it away.
take it away. Okay. For I know I can help falling in love with you. And if you do the Bee Gees like that. Like the river flows. Oh, I can't do it right now. But
All right,
anyway,
okay.
Something like that. Okay. Let's not go into this.
Oh wow,
It
okay.
might just make me lose some business down here.
No, not at all, not at all. That was great. I mean, I think if I had my eyes closed, I wouldn't have known the real deal from you.
Yeah.
Okay.
This is not easy, especially coming on television for the first time and you got to do a performance here. You know everybody's watching you.
Oh, no, not at all.
But
I think
anyway,
you're doing
those
great.
are some of the voices that I do.
Right,
Yeah.
right. Okay. So how do you actually go about, accommodating it into your repertoire? Do you study the vocal characteristics of each artist that you...
Yeah, that's what I've been doing ever since I was young. A lot of people told me, says, Alfred, you should have your own identity. You should have your own voice because that is who you are.
Right.
But I've been impersonating people all the time, and I love to impersonate. I watch people's characters, how they talk, how they move, how they sing, and it just
Right.
comes natural to me, and I do it. So I realized that I'm not really a singer because I don't
Right.
have my identity. So I'm an impersonator. I'm an entertainer.
Yes, you're an entertainer.
So that's what I do. So if I watch a movie, I
Right.
can put it into my show.
More of an all-in-one package.
Yeah.
Right. You distill what you see and you give it out to the audience.
Correct.
Nice.
So if I see a Transformer movie and I watch it, and I'm doing a show, say it's a movie show for a movie team.
Okay,
and I'll
right.
just
Let's
do
say
a
it's an
voice
annual
and say,
dinner.
At the end of the day, one will rise and one will fall. Autobots, Optimus Prime. So I would do
wow.
a voice like that, right?
Okay.
Yeah.
So you make it fit the theme.
Fit the team, yeah.
Right,
They've got
nice.
kids in the audience, and the kids are there, and they want me to do a voice, and I do a Smeagol, like, I want my precious.
Oh
Give me
my
the
God.
ring."
Interesting.
Yeah, so, yeah.
All right. So we'll be back after the break with more of Alfred George and all his many voices and his impersonations. Stay with us.
Slipping never die. How could you love me and we can never say goodbye?
Yeah, baby. I forgot my lyrics right now, but that's okay, baby. Feel like they've been talking to you right now, baby. That's okay, because I'm a black American guy. You guys, you girls love me all the time. I can talk to you from night until morning, no problem, baby. Yeah. It's coming.
Isu semasa dan terkini industri kreatif tanah air. Perkembangan muzik tempatan. Lensa anak seni. Aksi layar perak. Tanpa gosip dan sensasi, semuanya disisipkan selama setengah jam dalam Telesini bukan sekadar hiburan. Setiap Sabtu jam 12.30 tengah hari hanya di Bernama TV.
Kavita, Meling, dah set ke belum?
Sikit je lagi Puan. Apa menu kita hari ni?
Semua menu sihat. Ikan bakar, sup ayam, sayur-sayuran. Banyaklah.
Puan, banyaknya guna minyak. Bahayakan kesihatan lah.
Betul lah macam ni. Saya dah kurangkan separuh dari biasa ni. Cuba rasa ni. Sedap tak?
Biar kurang masin, jangan lebih.
Betul tu. Kita kena kurangkan minyak, gula.
Garam dan santan dalam masakan. Barulah ramai pelanggan datang ke kedai kita.
Semuanya
sihat belaka.
Menyelami realiti, menjejaki masa, meninjau peristiwa, paparan kronikal kembara kehidupan, pelbagai keunikan juga pengalaman menarik. Segalanya disorotkan selama setengah jam dalam channel Bernama setiap Ahad jam 9.30 malam hanya di Bernama TV.
When my mother was small, she take me to the toilet, the same sound. Then only can come out.
So walking down the street, just rocking my feet and clapping my hands and stomping my feet. I saw a little lady so sweet, oh geez, she was so sweet, yes, I wanted to meet her. So I asked this lady, could I take her out? We could wine and dine and talk about the birds and the beach that call watermelon.
I do all kinds.
All right. Welcome back to the studio. You're here with me, Tamina Kausji, on The Nation, and we're here with Alfred George Pillay, an all-round professional entertainer for the past 20 years. All right, Alfred. So we were having fun checking out that clip of yours, Mr. Bombastic, was it?
I don't know what it was, but
All
anyway,
right.
it was just rap. That's hip-hop music today.
Yeah, there you go. Awesome. Now, talking about music, let's talk a little bit about singing. How did you actually start off singing? I
Okay.
hear there's a story behind
Yeah,
it.
there's
Why
a
don't you
story
share with
behind
us?
it.
Let us
Okay,
know.
When I was in school, right, I was in primary
Right.
school, I never won any trophies for sports until I was 12 years old. So there was this day the teacher walked into the class and said,
Right.
I have this trophy. It was actually her Chandra Matala that was given to her.
all right.
So she put it on the table. She says, I don't want to take this home. I want somebody to come out and sing to the class. And if you can sing well, I'll give you that trophy.
Right, okay.
So what happened was we had about 4 or 5 contestants came out. I was the last one. And at that point of time, I was practicing John Denver's Take Me Home Country Roads.
Right, okay.
So much at home. And I thought it was a chance to go up. I was so nervous and my hands were all cold. So we had the guys going out there. They sang their songs. I went out there. I sang my Take Me Home Country Roads. And the teacher said, the prize is yours.
Oh, wow, okay. That must have been a turning point and
It was a turning,
inspirational.
it was a turning point because then I realized that, they actually enjoyed my song and it was good.
Right.
So I brought it home and I told my dad, I said, I got this prize for Sepak Takraw. He says, at last, he told my mom, at last, my son has won something for sports here.
Okay, all right.
I said,
nicely done.
Yeah, so I didn't tell him it was for singing because if I told him for singing, you would have brought the rotan and nicely cane me lah.
I like how you were very slick with, dealing with the parentals.
Yeah,
back then.
my dad was not easy. My dad was tough. He was strict. But I
Right.
guess.
And how old were you then?
I was 12.
12 years old. All right, 12 years old, and that was your first singing
First
trophy.
singing competition.
Right. So that little piece of limelight must have inspired
Exactly,
you
yeah,
all
yeah.
the way till today.
All the way till today, yeah.
Right.
Yeah,
Oh
so
my
that's,
goodness.
that's how I realized I could sing, and I think that's how I launched it, Just let's go for it,
Yeah, that sort of inspired you and kept the passion burning.
Kept the passion, yeah.
Nice. All right. Okay.
Yeah.
Now, I'm sure our viewers out there are pretty curious. So, what does a typical day in the life of an entertainer like yourself look like? So now that you're focusing principally on your career as an entertainer, as an MC, and etc., what does your daily schedule look like?
Well, actually, for me, it starts off with morning exercise. So cycling or running is very important for me. So I keep myself fit.
Right.
And I think that being an entertainer, you got to have fitness. You no choice because sometimes you're on stage, long performing hours, and then you got to run around here and there. So it's not the kind of lifestyle that a lot of people think entertainers have.
Oh, very true. You were just telling me you came off from, emceeing a 2-day long event.
Yes. I was here Friday and Saturday.
And what were your hours like? Just to give a little insight.
Oh God, it was very long actually because we start rehearsals from the afternoon from like 2 o'clock and then you run all the way to the event.
Right.
To 12 midnight.
12 midnight, at the very least.
Yeah, at the very least, yeah. So at the very least, so it's a long hours, yeah, really long hours. Yeah.
Right. And what's the longest you've personally ever been on a stage?
The longest I've been on the stage, I think maybe from 2 o'clock in the afternoon right up to 10 at night, 8 hours.
Non-stop, basically.
Non-stop, basically. One proceeding after another, yeah.
Right. Okay. So anyway, you were saying that your daily schedule, it always starts off with like a nice bout of morning exercise.
It gets your day going.
Yeah,
you exercise
true
in
enough.
the morning, it builds up your day, Then you feel
builds up your stamina.
rejuvenated, yeah.
So what time do you typically wake up?
And a normal day, 7:30.
Right, early riser.
Early riser, yeah. I think early rise is good, but you got to have a nap. Getting old, afternoon
Not that I can
snoozy, you gotta
tell.
have one afternoon snoozy.
All right, okay, yeah. Just a little perk me up.
Yeah, just let put me up. Yeah.
Okay.
So then the rest of the times you probably go to the YouTube, go and look at some material, listen to other people. I think it's very important to listen to others.
Right,
Because
okay.
there's a lot of people,
Why?
a lot of talent. People have so much talent. So it's good to listen to other people and learn from others, and that's where you can pick up things. and not just think that, oh, I'm entertainer, this is what I do. You got to watch me, learn from other people. It's very important. Yeah.
Very important, right? So who are a couple of the new and upcoming, or newer artists who you like to watch out for what they're doing? Do you have any current favorites?
Yeah, for singer, I love Bruno Mars.
Okay, yes.
I think Bruno Mars has got a lot of today's music and yesterday's music all blended in together.
Yes, very nicely. There's a lot of MJ in there.
Yes, you can hear a little bit of MJ in there.
Yes.
You can hear a bit of R&B in there. You can hear about Motown in there.
Yes, the Motown feel is there.
The Motown feel is there. And he's really good. Bruno Mars is really good. I think he's a very upcoming singer who's blended in the old and the new.
Right. How about a little Bruno Mars impersonation, if you don't mind?
I don't do that.
Okay, no Bruno Mars.
Not in that capacity, and you got to know your limitations.
Oh wow, I like that about you though, because you're very conscious of what is and what isn't.
What you can do and what you can't. Yeah. Sometimes don't try to do something you can't. If you just can't, you can't do it.
Yeah. So take the inspiration and sort of modify it to suit yourself best.
Yeah, you're right. I'm even by the tone of my voice, I'm a very low octave person, so I do a lot of low stuff.
Low stuff, right?
Yeah, low stuff. Yeah, that's right.
So any current modern day artists, because Bruno Mars is of the higher key, anyone of the lower octave whom you really admire from the current batch of performers,
there's
entertainers?
There's probably an artist that people don't hear actually, but
Right.
it's a country guy. His name is Josh Turner.
Josh Turner, okay.
He does country music with a very low voice, which is very close to somebody like it doesn't come to mind now. My computer just hangs. At this age, sometimes the computer down here just hangs when it hangs finish.
No worries.
Johnny Cash.
Okay,
He's very close to
Okay,
Johnny
so he's got
Cash.
the growl to the voice.
Yeah, he's got
the
he
depth.
does like, baby, lock them door and turn the lights down low and put some music on that soft and slow.
Right.
So it's a low octave
I
thing.
get that. It's a slow burn in the
slow
voice.
burn, yeah. So,
Nice.
and surprisingly, quite a few people in Malaysia enjoy country music.
Oh yes, true
There's
enough.
quite a lot of people that enjoy
I think
country
we've got
music.
some pretty good country music programming out there, even on some of the radio stations.
Yeah, that's great. Yeah, I
Right.
think country music is very good because it talks about life, and the lyrics of the country song is quite nice.
Right, yes.
Yeah.
There's some depth to it.
Yeah,
okay,
some
so
depth,
Josh
yeah.
Turner, you say?
Josh Turner.
Right.
Look that up.
Okay.
You're my man or something like You're the Man or something. It's a damn nice song.
Okay, so just Google up Josh Turner.
Google up Josh Turner.
All right,
That's the
okay.
man.
So basically, let's say you were talking about your day and your daily schedule. So you've got your workout settled, you've got a little bit of research done. Let's say if you've got an event that you're emceeing or an event that you're attending as the main artist or the main performer, what does your prep look like?
Actually, I don't really have a
Do you have like a
prep.
little ritual? I mean, like for example, most sportsmen, even performers, they have something like a strict ritual before they go on stage or before they take the stage.
I know. Yeah, some people do. I really don't have a ritual actually. I look at the audience. I get my
Right.
inspiration from the people in the audience, and from the audience I will start to get my music together.
Right.
So it's not something that I'm prepared. I always go down to the ground and watch, because an entertainer entertains the people.
Yes, true enough.
So we don't do the songs that we think is suitable for us. We try to do songs which is suitable for the people.
True, you're not trying to, in that sense, show off, but you're trying to complement what the event calls
That's
for.
what an entertainer is all about.
Right.
Because if you just sing your songs, if you like rock music and you just decide to sing, unless you're a rock artist,
Right.
and you decide to do just rock stuff,
Yeah.
some people might not. So you got to be able to blend in.
Just off the cuff. Right.
Off the cuff, exactly.
All right. So basically, your job calls for a lot of, last minute changes, for example. How does one cope with that? How do you, for example, you're like, okay, this doesn't seem like the right crowd to be doing the rock stuff.
Correct.
I need something a little slower, a little smoother. So do you always have backup?
Yes, I have backup. The whole CD has got like 25 songs on it or 20 songs on it, and I will just sort of have a list in my pocket.
Right.
So as I'm going through it and I see that the audience, alamak, ni tak boleh jadi pasal ada orang Melayu. Kalau ada got Malays in the audience, then I will just take out my okay, one Zainal Abidin song, let go. So I will tell the guy, okay, let's just do on stage track number 3, and he just plays it. I'll sing Malay song.
Right. Okay. So it's all about the communication as well as just
Yeah.
gauging the feel.
Correct.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. Okay.
The only problem I face if there's somebody out there says Tamil music, I say
Okay, all right.
tak boleh.
So your repertoire basically you do mostly English,
Malay.
English and Malay.
My Chinese songs are really bad because my pronunciation sound more like German. So
Okay,
pakai
okay.
lah.
So you do a couple of the classic standards then.
Correct.
Okay.
Classic standards, yeah.
All right. Okay, very interesting indeed. So you've got, so basically you just run with the flow and you hit it.
Yeah.
Tell me a little bit about what does it feel like as an entertainer every time you step on the stage? Do you still get those butterflies or are you just completely all right?
Every time.
Every time?
Every time, for so many years I've been doing this, my hands get cold all the time and I get very nervous before I go up on stage.
Right, okay.
Very nervous. And I think that if you feel nervous, it's good because you want to go out there and do something good for the audience.
Right.
And some of them don't get nervous at all. They just go up there and do whatever they want to do. But I think it's very good to feel nervous, and till today I still feel nervous all the time.
Right.
Just like just now, how I screwed up the song.
Oh, well, you know what? That's something I've actually heard from any entertainer, any performer. They all say, I get nervous.
Yeah, it is.
It's that feeling of anticipation.
Yeah, I'm sure. Do you get nervous when you go up on stage?
Yes, once in a while,
Once in a while,
definitely.
yeah.
So basically you try and use it for yourself.
Correct.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, brilliant. Now, tell us, from the characters that you impersonate, which one is your favorite? Do you have a personal favorite or someone that's an iconic personality that you would like to impersonate?
Till today I still enjoy Elvis Presley a lot. I think he's an amazing all-round entertainer, and everybody enjoys Elvis music.
Right.
But there'll only be one Elvis, and
absolutely. And we can only aspire.
Yeah, we can aspire. We pay tribute to him and try our best to do his songs, and definitely none of us can do it. He's one of the guys. But today, a lot of people enjoy my Louis Armstrong, and Louis Armstrong has only got like 1 or 2 songs that's really popular.
Okay, so what we'll do is we'll cut to the commercial, and when we come back from the break, perhaps I can coax a bit of Armstrong out of you.
Okay.
All right, let's try that. Stay with us.
Halo, apa kabar pemirsa? Salam dari Jakarta. Sebuah program kerjasama Kantor Berita Indonesia Antara dengan Kantor Berita Malaysia bernama kembali hadir menjumpai Anda.
Sedar tak kita tuan-tuan dan puan-puan, keadaan iklim yang tak menentu sekarang ni. Perubahan iklim meningkatkan kejadian kemarau, derebu, banjir dan ia menyumbang kepada perubahan iklim yang berlaku secara drastik. Inilah dia faktor-faktornya. Yang pertama, asap dari kenderaan. Yang kedua, penebangan dan pembakaran hutan. Yang ketiga, pembebasan asap dari industri perkilangan. Dan yang keempat, pelupusan sisa buangan. Ini usaha yang Pak Abu buat, iaitu yang pertama, menanam pokok. Yang kedua, mengurangkan atau tidak menggunakan beg plastik. Yang ketiga, mengasingkan bahan buangan. Yang keempat, mengitar semula bahan buangan. Dan yang kelima, memilih barangan dari bahan kita semula. Ada banyak lagi usaha yang boleh kita lakukan. Antaranya, kurangkan pemanduan kereta persendirian dan banyakkan penggunaan kenderaan awam.
Anda adalah sebahagian daripada penyelesaiannya.
Menongkah batasan masa, mengupas isu semasa, jadi saluran pelbagai suara. Segalanya baru dan benar di Berita Bernama TV.
Welcome back to The Nation. You're here with me, Tamina Kausji, in our studios here at Banama, and today we have in the house with us Alfred George Pillay, a professional entertainer and MC. So, Alfred, as you were saying, Louis Armstrong is one of your perennial favorites to impersonate, right?
A lot of people have enjoyed it since I started to do it. I did it when I was young, but today it's like only one song. I've got What Wonderful World.
Right, Wonderful World.
Yeah, I think it's a song that inspires a lot of people, even the young and old today.
I think so. It's a classic. You go anywhere. You go to weddings, you go to dinners,
exactly.
you go. All right. Yeah. Okay. So actually, we're going to be playing the recording of that. I think we've got the visual from the studio.
Okay, wonderful.
Okay. Yep. So let's just take a look at that now. Yeah. Okay.
I see trees are green, red roses
No, this was done in the recording
Right,
studio.
in the recording studio, yeah?
Somebody
Okay.
wanted to ask me whether I could do this for a commercial.
Right,
So I did a
okay.
recording, but eventually the commercial didn't sort of work. I think they had a commercial of this before for Fujifilm or something like that.
Right, okay. So you've also worked as a commercial voiceover talent as well.
I have done one or two, but not many.
Right. How is the experience different from being on stage and being, a voiceover talent?
I think
Is it about the same? Because most people would think, okay, layman's perspective. Yeah, you talk or you sing, same thing, right? Is it really the same thing?
no, you don't have an audience when you're doing a VO.
All right,
You
okay.
got voice. I mean, people who work in radio stations are really amazing to be able to speak behind the
Exactly. It's that theatre of the mind that they create.
Right.
Yes.
And I draw my energy from the audience. If I don't have an audience, I have a problem.
Right, yes. I understand that. I
Yeah.
understand that. Okay, so Louis Armstrong, give us a little bit of a sample, if you don't mind.
See, when Louis Armstrong sings on stage, right, I always tell people sometimes Louis Armstrong may forget his lyrics, right? And if Louis Armstrong forgets his lyrics, right, he'd probably go like, I say, baby, oh baby, yeah. So whenever he forgot his lyrics, right, he'd probably do that.
Yeah.
And he thought it was part of the song.
A little bit of vocal scat all over the place.
Scat all over the place, right? That's the one, the scat, yeah. Exactly.
Nicely
Yeah,
done.
yeah.
Okay, so I'll try and remember that, except I'm not a singer. So I'll have to think of something else as fillers.
No,
Good
if you
one.
need fillers, just give me a call. I'll just fill you in at any point of time.
All right. I'll have you on, speed dial. Okay. Now, so we've been talking about your life as an entertainer, the wonderful times you've had, the people you've had the opportunity to meet.
Yeah.
Now, how about are there any professional hazards involved in being an entertainer?
Oh, God.
It can't be all a bed of roses, right?
Oh, no, never. There's always things that can happen. The worst thing that happened to me was I was doing this act as Stevie Wonder, right?
Right.
And Stevie Wonder is blind, right?
Yes, of course,
The
that's
boat
true.
matter blow already, right? So this Stevie Wonder was doing so, we got this hair and all that. I was standing at the edge of the stage.
Right, so you also do the whole dress up
The
as
whole
the
dress
character.
up, yeah.
Okay,
So I was doing
nice. I can imagine that.
Can you imagine I had my glasses on like that and I was going up in the air and said, ladies and gentlemen, my name is Stevie Wonder.
Right.
Tonight we're gonna have. So I was with that hair and all this thing like that, right? And all of a sudden, right, I pretended like I was stepping on some ground.
I see.
I tipped over,
Oh no, you went
tumbling down.
head
off the
first.
stage.
Oh my
I went head
goodness
first
me.
and fell down. Can you imagine Stevie Wonder with all the rumble and all that? Straight on the floor.
Flat out on the floor. Oh dear me.
The
And
microphone was in the side, lah.
oh gosh, how did you cover that one?
All the ladies and everybody was like, oh.
Yeah, there must have been a collective.
I just took the microphone and said, don't worry, Stevie Wonder's done this so many times before. We just fell down on the ground and stumbling like that. I just went up like that and they thought it was part of the show.
Right.
I thought if I had broken the leg, what would happen?
Yes, true enough. Oh my
Probably
goodness.
the ambulance, the whole stretcher, Stevie Wonder would be like, oh God, help me. I just broke my leg. I got,
Oh, we are so glad that didn't actually happen.
Yeah, but to come out of a situation like that,
Exactly.
I was like, I didn't know what to do. I said if I had broken a leg, it'd be a big problem.
True enough.
But I came out with that.
Lucky little tumble, I would say.
Yeah, few of
Okay.
the hazards. And another one that happened to me,
Okay,
if you
yes.
don't mind.
No, not at all.
Yeah, was in Edinburgh, Scotland. I
Okay.
was standing, there was 8,000 crowd every day, and we had this military festival.
I
and I'm
see.
singing this Singapore song.
Okay, right.
So they sort of recorded the song first, and then the band comes out from the castle, right? So I'm standing out there, and they played this recording. So the recording says, we have a vision for tomorrow, we have a goal for Singapore. So I'm saying that they played these reels, right?
Right.
I don't know why they played these reels, but they had these reels, and the reels, for some reason, malfunctioned.
I see. Okay.
So they played slowly. So it came out. I was standing there. I had to mime this on the microphone, which was not on at that point of time, and it went.
Oh no. Okay.
And the crowd was just looking at me. I didn't know what to do. I wanted to run.
enough.
I wanted to faint it. I just
Yeah, but you just had to, hold it together
Hold it
and
together and
present
just-
a good front.
just carry on. I was wearing the Singapore outfit, everything. Oh my God! And then I had to sing it live. That was one of the worst times I ever had on.
That's
on
called being
stage.
stuck in a bit of a jam. Yes.
Exactly.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Okay. Wow.
Yeah.
So how do you keep your composure? Is it just that you've experienced, for example, so many little mishaps that you get used to it, or are you always taken by surprise when something happens?
Actually, I don't know, but I feel that I'm blessed and given this ability to just like snap out of difficult situations when I'm on
Right.
stage. And it just comes to me and I decide to just do it. But I mean, it all doesn't always work out, but most of the time it does.
Right.
Well, if it doesn't work out, then it becomes a bad show.
Well, so most of the time, you know, on a wing and a prayer.
Yeah, on a wing
All
on a
right.
prayer.
So
Yeah.
we've got a couple of visuals up there. So
Okay.
that's you on stage.
Yeah, there's me on stage doing some Elvis with the glasses.
Oh,
This
right.
was a photo shoot, and somebody thought that I should pose like a young Elvis. I'm not that young, but never mind lah.
Oh no, I see where the stylistic comes from.
This is the Indian part, so I can do Indian show.
Right, okay. Okay, so when we come back, I'm getting that Amitabh.
Amitabh Bachchan. Oh,
Yes, I'm getting that
that's
Amitabh
awesome.
impersonation
Okay.
out of you.
Yeah,
Okay.
okay.
All right. So, Amitabh Bachchan and all the Bollywood impersonation. So, do you watch a lot of Bollywood to get your inspiration as
I
well?
used to watch every single movie that came to Johor Bahru with my mom, right up to the last movie we watched together was Sholay.
Oh, wow. Okay, surely.
My mom and my dad
Right.
and family would go and watch Hindi movies all the time.
Nice. Okay.
So I pick up some of the songs, but the pronunciation is not that great.
Right.
But
Okay.
I'll pick up.
Understood.
I'll pick up some of the songs. So you know, I put it out in my act sometimes. So when I've got audience who enjoy Bollywood music, I will say that you know Amitabh Bachchan's got such a low voice.
Yes, he's got the deep,
The deep voice, and he can just freeze everybody. He walks in the room, and says, "Kabhi kabhi mere dil mein khayal aata hai ke jaise tujhko." His voice is so fantastic.
Yeah, it just booms and it's like surround sound in the
Yeah.
room.
So-
Nice.
So it's like part of my act. I come up with Amitabh Bachchan sings a Christmas song.
Okay,
So
all
you
right.
Amitabh Bachchan
Oh,
sings a
wonderful.
Christmas song. You have like are dashing through the snow with a one-horse open sleigh. Are all the fields we go, are laughing all the way. Are jingle a jingle, are jingle a jingle.
All right, okay, so you just blend together the elements and you
Yeah,
come up with something
Yeah, just pull
rojak
off
in a
something.
sense.
Well, somebody's gonna ask me to
Nice.
sing a true Hindi song. I'm dead.
Right, yep. So you do the best that you can and you
Yeah.
slip in some of your talents.
Little bit of little bit of
Nice.
everything.
Very nicely done.
And we got such an array of different people all the time. We got Malay, got Indians, Chinese. And,
Right.
you know, so you have to do an act that actually caters to everybody.
Exactly. Everybody's, cultural references.
Cultural references and stuff.
Right.
As long as we don't go over the line, we're fine.
True.
Yeah.
Now, let me ask you, I have to ask you this. As an
Okay.
entertainer, do you have a favorite type of event or audience that you always like to play to? Do you prefer weddings, for example, or is it corporate shows? What makes you happiest when you go up there on stage?
I like anniversaries.
Anniversaries.
I like anniversaries. I like birthday events, especially those people celebrating their 60th birthday. I think it's a milestone to be able to celebrate, especially 50, 60, 60, 70 years old.
Right.
And the joy that I get from the people, especially when you sing those old songs, those oldies, and you do things
Yeah,
like
those
this.
evergreen
Evergreens
melodies and hits.
And you get them sitting down there and smiling, and you can tell that they're going back in time.
Right, exactly.
And-
They're
and
just transported to being
transported, yeah.
30, 40 years younger.
Correct. And that gives me the satisfaction of doing what I am doing today.
Right,
Is seeing
right.
the joy in other people being happy.
Yep.
Yeah.
So, what would you say is the secret to your lasting power as a professional entertainer? I mean, you've been doing this for years.
Mhm.
How do you not get bored? Like you're going up on stage. Has it ever become routine for you? Has it ever become something that it's a little bit of a drag? A lot of us, well, a lot of people out there, when you go into work and let's say you're doing the same thing over and over again, 20 odd years, there comes a point of fatigue.
Yeah.
How do you deal with that in your line of work?
To be very honest with you, I've never felt fatigue at any of my performances because
Really?
it is a different audience all the time. A
Right.
different crowd. And you have to know that I'm going up there, I give my 110%.
Okay,
If I go up on
110.
stage, 110%.
Okay, got
Just
that.
to make sure that everybody out there has a good time. And satisfaction to me at the end of the day is not about money. It's about people walking up to you and says, "Hey, it's a good show. You made my day. You made me laugh.
Right.
I had a good time."
Yeah.
So
I can't remember laughing this hard.
yeah, so
Nice.
Yeah, exactly. And then especially the family members, you get the aunties and all that sitting down there. They're old, they're so frail, and all of a sudden they hear one song and they start looking up and say, "Hey, that's a good song."
Right, they come alive.
They come alive. And I
Okay.
think that's satisfaction to an
Yeah,
entertainer.
absolutely.
Yeah, it is.
All right. Okay, so we're going to cut shortly to this video
Mhm.
over here.
Oh my God.
Oh my goodness, I
Oh my
can
God,
barely
I look-
recognize you,
No,
Alfred.
no, I look like Planet of the Apes down there. actually.
Planet of the Apes,
Yeah.
my
Oh, this
goodness.
is my friend Richard Bob DeCosta. He's about one of my best friends from Singapore.
Right, okay. And this is you performing as
This was a Rolling Good Times show that we had in Singapore.
nice. Okay. My goodness me.
And we won $10,000 for this.
Right.
Back in those days, it was big
wonderful.
money.
Absolutely.
Big money, yeah.
I can imagine. Nice.
They had
So
this-
basically, so you were performing as a
As
rock
the Bee
band,
Gees.
were you?
We were the Bee Gees.
Right, you were the Bee Gees.
We won the competition as the Bee Gees.
Nicely done. I like the stylistics all the way down from the hair to the shirt.
That's Jackie Chan before
Oh
he
my
became a
goodness.
big star.
Okay, and this was when?
This was the Singapore karaoke competition.
Right, I see. Oh, wonderful. So he was giving out
He
the
was
prizes.
giving out the prizes. It was
Nice.
a $20,000 competition.
Nice.
And back in that time, $20,000 is not easy to come by.
No, most definitely.
That was my last competition.
Right, and
I retired.
which year was this?
Okay, when I mentioned the year, 1993 was the year.
Right, 93. Okay, yes. That was when I think Jackie Chan was first starting to come into his own.
I don't think he would have come to Singapore just to present this now. He's got probably no time for that.
Right, true enough.
You know,
Okay.
it was good.
Wow, you've certainly had some crowning moments.
Yeah, I did.
Okay.
I'm just blessed. I'm lucky.
Absolutely. All right. So we'll cut to the commercial, and when we come back, we'll be talking to Alfred George about his career as an entertainer. Stay with us.
Terima kasih. Sama-sama. Terima kasih. Sama-sama. Terima kasih. Sama-sama.
Terima kasih.
Sama-sama.
Terima kasih.
Sama-sama. Sama-sama.
Satu cerita, satu bangsa, satu Malaysia. Menongkah batasan masa, mengupas isu semasa, jadi saluran pelbagai suara, segalanya baru dan benar di Berita Bernama TV.
Oh wow, nicely done. So as we was watching, that was Alfred George on camera at one of his regular gigs.
Yeah.
Okay, so tell us a little bit about that.
I play in this club every Thursday nights in 6040 in Singapore.
Right.
So
Okay.
I play all the old school songs.
Oh, nice.
Because there's a lot of times people have asked, where to go to listen to Simon Art Garfunkel, America,
Right.
people like this, John Wayne, Journey. You can't find people really playing, but I find that a lot in Malaysia, but not in Singapore.
Right. So all the old standards, you bring them back.
I just bring them back, the
Oh,
old school
nice.
songs.
Okay.
And also a place to get together with some people of my age.
Right,
You know,
right.
yeah.
Yeah, a little bit away from the hustle and bustle of the pop crowd.
Exactly.
Nicely
Right, yeah,
done.
yeah.
Okay, now tell us a little bit about your stand-up comedy repertoire. Aside from being a fantastic guitarist, an impersonator, and MC, you also do stand-up comedy.
Yeah, I do a bit of stand-up comedy, but I try to run through my comedy with songs.
Okay.
So if I do a
that's
little,
unique.
Yeah, so I
Okay.
do some Elvis and do a bit of stand-up comedy with Elvis' voice. And if I do some
Right.
stand-up comedy with Tom Jones, I do a bit of Tom Jones' voice.
Nice, okay.
So I'll just run through, and then I'll throw in a little bit of Amitabh Bachchan, the Bollywood stuff.
Right.
So it has it's like a surprise stand-up comedy, not really fixed on something. Sometimes people talk about politics.
Yes, true
or
enough.
Racial jokes, and
Race
stuff like that.
relations, etc.
So mine is like a surprise thing. You never know what's going to happen next.
Nice. It's like a little mixed bag of goodies.
Mixed bag of goodies. And sometimes the goodies can come with a little bit of fringe benefits or something from the side that just come from nowhere.
Right.
That you pick up from the audience, you see something, and then another joke will just come out.
Okay, you run with it.
I
yeah?
just run with it. Yeah.
Okay.
I just run
You
with it.
base it on the feeling from the audience.
Yeah, feeling of the
Right.
audience. Yeah.
Do you have perhaps a short joke or anecdote that you normally do in your repertoire that you could share with us?
Okay, not easy to tell a joke here without an audience. I got to say that. But then, for example, like if I tell somebody, said a couple went for an anniversary
Right.
down to India. So the wife was standing down. They were looking at this Taj Mahal. So the wife says,
Okay.
"Darling, look at the building over there. I was just wondering, maybe when I die, darling, will you build a Taj Mahal for me?" Don't worry. I can build a Taj Mahal for you. Don't worry. Actually, I bought the land. Land's already been bought. The only person causing the delay is you. So, I mean, something like that.
Okay. All right.
So I'll just do a bit of jokes and I try to throw in the voice. If it's a Chinese joke, then you got to throw in a Chinese voice.
Yeah, with the accent and all of that.
With the accent, yeah,
Okay,
yeah,
okay.
yeah.
I like that. You always localize the flavor somehow.
Yeah.
Nicely done. Okay, all right. Now, for all our viewers out there, especially those of the younger ones who might be wondering, how exactly would I get my start as an entertainer if this happens to be your dream? Let's ask Alfred about it because I think he's the best person. Now, what words of encouragement do you have for the youth out there, or even somebody who's watching the show right now and who's thinking, my gosh, that sounds like something I would love to do? But how do you get over just thinking about it and doing it, becoming an entertainer?
Firstly, if you're starting off, if you're a singer, then you got to know what your repertoire you're good in. If you're a comic, then whether your jokes, you have to try it out. Try it out with the audience, try it out with people. Any opportunity that's given to you, try and go out and do it. You will know whether you're cut out for this.
Yes.
And not everybody are cut out for stand-up comedy, and not everybody are cut out to be a singer. But you could try, but never say never, because give yourself a shot. You got to try, and once you make it, and you know that this is where I'm going to go,
right,
and then you become an artist. Always remember that you are the person out there entertaining the people.
Right.
You entertain the audience. It's not about who you are. It's about who they are and entertain them at the best of your ability. So keep your audience always number one. Don't worry about first class flights. Don't worry about first class accommodation. Don't worry about all these things. Remember, the audience comes. They're always number one.
Right.
And then,
absolutely.
And I also think...
And looking at the visuals.
Oh God, this is my mom's birthday. I went out there as...
oh, nice. That's a really all-in-one.
Mama Kuntut. The whole MC was done all in the Indian voice and all that.
Oh, nicely done.
This is a Hawaiian event. Yeah.
Nice, with the whole, luau theme and everything.
Yeah, luau theme, yeah.
All right. Okay, wow. So it's been a really varied and an interesting career trajectory that you've had so far.
Yeah.
Anything that you would have done differently if you could turn back the time, Alfred?
I've thought about this all the time and wondered if I had just gone into entertainment, where would I be today? But I guess in life, there's a path that always opens for you,
right?
And you follow it. And for me, I think this has been the best path, and I can't thank anybody more than God, who has given me this job, and now I've got a different career, which is totally different from what I've been doing. I've had experiences with people, traveled the world, met so many people. I mean, what can I say? I wouldn't have done it anything differently.
Right.
You know, I'm so blessed. I'm really blessed. Yeah.
But really, it's all about making the most of your opportunities.
Correct.
Right.
Right.
What would you say are some of the governing principles behind being successful as an entertainer?
I think the most important thing that a person has got to do is you got to be humble.
Right.
And I think always be humble and feel the ground beneath your feet. When you got the ground beneath your feet and you know where you are, and always remember where you come from, who the people with you, your friends, your family, they're all very important. Very important people. They build you. So don't forget all these people.
Yeah, from the bottom up, from day one.
Yeah. And the time that you give them is more important than anything else. It's your time that you give them. That time is part of your life. You cannot bring that back.
True enough.
So when you have that time, give it to them. Spend it with them as much as you can. You know?
Right.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. I think we're always all running short of time.
That's why we always complain we have no time. It doesn't matter if it's 10 minutes. You know, give them the time. So whatever, and a lot of times families, when they got events and all this, go there, do something for them if you can. I always try to do it for my friends and families when I can.
Yeah, true enough.
Yeah.
Like what I've seen, you've actually emceed a lot of community events as well as, you know, for your family itself.
Yeah, whatever it is, yeah. I actually did some acoustic work for like 4 years.
Right.
And all the proceeds that I had from the acoustic, I actually channeled it to an orphanage in West Timor.
Right,
A friend of mine ran an orphanage. So I just sent all the money up there every year, and it's something that I could do for someone else. And I thought, and that could be the reason why I'm blessed today, still having the opportunity to be here on television.
No, not at all. It's been our pleasure to have you in the studios.
But it's amazing for me. I mean, I'm not that young anymore, but I got the opportunity to come up here, and it's been an amazing journey, really.
Absolutely. I think from what we have seen today, I mean, you can, as long as you put your mind to it, and I really admire the determination you have, all the way from the discipline that you have in your daily routine to planning out and researching on a day-to-day basis.
Yeah.
So yeah, fantastic indeed.
I think you're never too old to dream.
Never too old to dream.
You're never too old to dream.
Absolutely.
I think because it's like a James Dean saying, you know, dream as if you live forever.
Right.
And live as if you'll die today.
Nice.
And I think that's very important.
So never too late to dream, and live as though you would die today. Right. Wow. Some wonderful words to close with. And before we just wrap up the show, can I just ask you for a little bit of a last minute performance before we sign off? Just to leave us with some, let's say, Elvis. Give us some Elvis, Alfred.
Give us some Elvis. Oh God. All right. Okay. Okay, here's for the rock and roll fans.
All right. Here's for the rock and roll.
Baby, let me be your loving teddy bear. I put a chain around my neck. I let me out of bed. Oh, let me be your teddy bear. Oh, let me be your teddy bear. I just wanna be your teddy bear.
All right. Wow, wonderfully done.
Hey,
All right.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you, Alfred George.
My hands are so cold. Can you see it? It's still cold. God.
Oh man, but you have been in here without your jacket, but I love the shirt, I love the style.
Oh, really?
And I wish you, we all here at Banama wish you many, many more years of happiness and joy, bringing, you know, the audiences exactly what they want to see and hear.
Thank you very much.
All right. Thank you so much for being in the studio with us.
Yeah.
All right. So here we've had today on the show with us, Alfred George Pillay, entertainer extraordinaire for the past 20 odd years. Thank you so much for tuning in to us on The Nation. I'm Tabina Kausji. See you next time.